Are you thinking about buying a home and want to ask all the right questions to make sure it's a smart choice for your family? Well, here's something most people don't know. There are actually some questions you should never ask a realtor. Surprising, right? Today, I'll share the top 5 questions to avoid, why asking these can lead to big understandings, and what you should be asking instead. Stick around till the end, and I'll even share a quick story about the question that could have landed me in hot water. So let's get right to it. There's a good reason some questions are tricky for realtors to answer. As realtors, we have to follow the Fair Housing Act and the NAR Code of Ethics, meaning we can't give information that could steer someone towards or away from a neighborhood based on characteristics like race, religion, family status, or other protected classes. And that's a good thing. This helps us keep things fair and unbiased so you can choose a home based on what's truly important to you. It's a bit like asking someone if they think pineapple belongs on pizza. Everyone has their opinion, but it's best to keep it personal. Remember, realtors' rule of thumb: if questions are subjective, answers will be rejective. And if questions are objective, answers will give an effective perspective. Let's dive into our first question. That might surprise you. A lot of clients ask me, is this a safe neighborhood? And while I completely understand wanting to know, as realtors, we aren't legally allowed to answer that question directly. Why? Because it can be considered steering, which goes against fair housing laws. Remember,
Subjective question, rejective answer. And an objective question equals an effective answer.
instead of asking if the neighborhood is safe, ask, where can I find crime statistics for this area? Or are there any local resources for community info? Local police departments or online databases can give you all the details you need. And trust me, it's going to be more accurate than my personal opinion anyway. If you're looking for specific information about the Jacksonville area, I would advise taking a look at jackssheriff.org. There, you will find a portal that integrates JSO's transparency data page along with crime mapping, offering the public access to all available local public safety data that can be legally shared. Managed directly by JSO, this portal is updated daily, allowing users to access current, verified information anytime, 24/7, without needing to submit public records requests. Again,
Remember, subjective question equals rejective answer, and an objective question equals an effective answer.
next up, what kind of people live here? Now, I know you may be asking because you want to find a community that feels right for you and your family. And you may even try to be a little creative. And instead of coming out right out and saying it, you may be like, are there any people that look like this? Or are there a lot of people that look like this? Mm-mm. No, we're not going there. But as a realtor, I can't comment on the demographics of a neighborhood. Why? Because it can lead to discrimination or steering, even if that's not anyone's intention. Ask questions about the community vibe instead. For example, if you're looking for the neighborhood atmosphere to be more like downtown energy, ask about the neighborhood walkability score. If there are shopping, restaurants, and nightlife within a 5 mile or smaller radius. Or if you're for library energy, Ask if the neighborhood is within subdivisions, communities with green spaces, parks, water views, water views, or rural spaces. Or is there a community association? You'll get a sense of the neighborhood culture without crossing any boundaries. Remember,
Subjective question equals rejective answer, and an objective question equals effective answer.
all right, question 3. Are there good schools around here? This is a tough one because legally we realtors can't tell you if a school is good or bad. Opinions on schools can vary, and we want you to make that choice based on facts, not our opinion. Try asking, where can I find school performance ratings? Or can you share resources for local school information? Websites like greatschools.org or the State Department of Education provide ratings, student demographics, and more, so you can get the full picture. For Jacksonville, Florida, I would suggest looking up the Florida Department of Education accountability reports to view school grades. Once again, remember,
Subjective question equals rejective answer, and objective question equals effective answer.
and just so you know, I've never met a parent who didn't have an opinion on schools. If we started that conversation, we'd be here till next Thanksgiving. This next question isn't a legal no-no, but it's definitely tricky. How much should I offer on this house? Now, I can provide you with market data and suggest a price range, but ultimately, you're the one making the offer. Over offering could put you in a financial bind, and under offering might lose the house altogether. Instead, ask, what's the recent selling price of similar homes in the area? Or what's the current market trend here? With the data I can legally provide, you'll have a clearer sense of the best approach. Say it with me.
Subjective question equals rejective answer, and an objective question equals effective answer.
And finally, this last question could get both of us into big trouble. Can you show me properties only in a neighborhood with specific demographic criteria? As realtors, it's against the law to steer clients toward or away from certain areas based on demographic makeup. A great alternative is, can you show me neighborhoods that fit my lifestyle or budget? Or can you provide information on the neighborhood, like where I'll be working or within 2 miles of the library, at least 10 miles near the airport? This way, you're still finding the perfect place without crossing any legal or ethical lines. Again, say it with me.
Subjective question equals rejective answer, and an objective question equals effective answer.
Plus, focusing on lifestyle and amenities makes the house hunting process more exciting. Who doesn't love exploring new areas with fresh eyes? And here's that story I promised. Once I had a client who, meaning well, asked if I could tell them which neighborhoods were predominantly Christian or near a Christian church. Now, as a Christian myself, I totally understand where they were coming from. They wanted a sense of community, but legally, I couldn't answer that question. Instead, I recommended they check out local churches, community events, and talk to neighbors. Once they found a place they loved, they ended up finding a neighborhood that met their needs, and they thanked me later for keeping it fair and professional. Remember, subjective question equals rejective answer, and an objective question equals effective answer. So there you have it. 5 questions that sound innocent enough, but can lead to some sticky situations if you're not careful. If you're thinking about moving to Jacksonville or just want an honest, experienced realtor to guide you, reach out. I'm here to answer your questions, and I promise to keep things fair, honest, and above all, helpful. Drop a comment below or give me a call. I'd love to help you find the home that's truly right for you.